Hello. Good morning. Sup, bitches? I'm gonna do the same thing again. Try and go live on both. So, what to talk about today? What to talk about? Couple things, I guess. Couple things I've been thinking about. One is why are women being subverted? Like, what the hell's going on with that? Okay, I got my heater going. It's nice. It's kind of cold out here. But why the hell are women being subverted? And I wrote a little bit of my thoughts. So I'll start with that and see where it goes. Hey, Billington Bear. Yo, yo. Right now I'm going to talk about the question that I've asked myself, which is, why are women being subverted? And it's a little cold in the shed I'm in right now, so you might hear my voice be a little shaky. So, for one, to inhibit the creation of families. Population control / depopulation agenda. If high quality women are subverted and high quality men don't accept the bullshit, then it creates a situation where cucked men get the subverted women and good men are left looking. So, that point especially, I came across yesterday. Maybe it was 2 days ago. I was like, oh, that seems to be a big one where, we are being, it's becoming harder and harder to have a high quality man, find a high quality woman, and make a family that can live and make kids and have a good life. Why is it so cold? Fuck. Like, it's getting really hard to do that. So, it fucking sucks because the women, they're lowering the birth rate through the battle of sex. The birth rate is at an astronomically low level. I don't know if you listen to Crow 777, but he did an episode maybe a few weeks back where it was just him and Jason talking about the birth rate and the number that it's at, and it's gotten to like below 2.5. And I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if that means 2.5 per family, whatever. But supposedly, no society in history has ever come back from a birth rate lower than 2.5. And we're below it. Like, countries all over are below that number. So historically speaking, when we get there, we always crash. It always fails. We can't recover, which is, a little scary to think about, but it's reality. And it makes sense. It just makes sense with what's happening. It's just another sign of the times. 2 is replacement rate, 2.5 is growing population. Okay. Thanks for clearing that up. So I think in the episode he was saying we're like just at the threshold of 2. We're below 2.5. I remember that. So we're not growing anymore. I don't think he said we were below 2. I'm sure some places are, but overall, I think we're right at that threshold of like barely replacing what we have. God, stop shivering. I took a cold bath before this too, so my hair is wet and I'm already a little chilly, so I kind of fucked myself. So yeah, what I was saying was that high quality women are being subverted into, there's a lot of things, but it's about taking their power back and having a career and being self-sufficient and not needing a man, but also almost, it's different but related, like accepting and promoting the gay agenda and abortion as healthcare. Those are two big things that are highly directed towards women because women are, more naturally a bit more naive and trusting, and they're more easily corruptible when they don't have a strong man at their side to protect them. So they've been attacked the most in recent times because we have a huge lack of strong men, whether it's brothers or fathers. It's like non-existent, damn near. So like I said, the high quality women subverted into takes 2 people to make a baby, 2 babies to replace their parents. Makes sense? Makes sense. Yeah. So if 2 is the replacement rate, then yeah, two parents, they have at most 2 babies, and then those babies, who knows if they'll even have 2 babies? They'll probably go down to 1 or 0. Like that's kind of where we're headed or where we're at right now. Like most people don't even want to have a baby, or if they do, maybe 1. So fucked. But then there's the good people that are making as many babies as they can, and that's awesome. And then there's the people living off welfare in the slums that are making as many babies as they can, and that's not so great. So, So yeah, the high quality women are being subverted into believing gay is great, gay pride, abortion is healthcare, it's not murder, and the Idiocracy. What is that? Is that like a movie or something? Have I ever seen it? I don't believe so. If you're talking about people being idiots and retards, yes, I've seen that. But Idiocracy, I don't know what that is. Hello, Maxed Out Bear. We're talking about the subversion of women currently. It is a movie. Yeah, can't say I've seen it. So the men that don't accept the bullshit of thinking abortion is healthcare and gay pride is a good thing and all that gay shit. Like those are the non-cucked men, or at least partially non-cucked. They might be cucked in other ways. Who knows? But at least they're not accepting some of the bullshit. And the subverted women, they don't want those men because it goes against their values and the things they think are right. The beginning of the movie, they show a smart couple that never has kids versus a redneck family that has tons of kids. That sounds funny. It's a total classic, and my first boss out of college has a cameo in it. That's cool because he was friends with Mike Judge. It's a classic you might like. Oh, okay. Okay. Now I get it. Idiocracy. So all the fucking idiots are having the babies, and the smart people are being retarded and not having babies. Interesting. Very interesting. Like we're living in now. That's right. Very accurate. But there's a section of us that is doing well. Not me personally, but I know, in the bear community, we're doing great. Lots of babies being made. First scene in the movie. Yeah, it probably is on YouTube. I'll check it out. Really good commentary on the idiocy of today's nonsense world, catering to morons and encouraging degenerate behavior, consumption, etc. in the form of a funny comedy. Yeah, sounds like a good movie for sure. But that degenerate behavior you mentioned, Maxed Out Bear, is like fuck. How do people not see it? How do people not see that being gay is degenerate behavior and that abortion is murder? How do people not see it? The whole movie is good, though. Almost a documentary at this point. I believe it. How long ago was it made? Like, I wonder if you know. Okay, so personally speaking, I'll say what's been going on in my life the past month or so. Two women have told me they cannot pursue anything with me or even be friends with me because I believe, or no, I've told them that being gay is degenerate behavior, 2006 or late 90s, one or the other. So like almost 20 years ago. Documentary, definitely. So I tell them I think being gay is degenerate behavior and abortion is murder. And just those two things alone, I've had two women that I like tell me they can't move forward with me at all. And like one of them I got saved a little bit because I know she's gone through a lot of trauma and is kind of broken and whatnot. The other one was like an actual high quality female, like legitimately high quality and completely subverted. Can't acknowledge reality whatsoever. And it's sad. It's sad. And I think about like what's going to happen to these girls. Like, and this is what's going to happen. The high quality men are going to be left looking and the subverted women are going to, they're going to find a cucked man who just goes along with what they say, who's a total bitch. So cucked men get the subverted women. It's terrible. It's retarded. And this leads to idiocracy. So into my next point I wrote down yesterday. Or no, this was still 2 days ago. So it seems that subversion creates inversion. Where, like we're saying, it's kind of like idiocracy. The smart couple isn't having any babies. They're just, having fun, having experiences, traveling, and I am based in life. In reality, I'm just kidding. I'm in Southwest Wisconsin. There's still good ones out there. Dodging bullets with the brainwashed ones turns you down. Yeah, dodging ones with the brainwashed ones turning you down. Yes, and they are brainwashed, and it sucks. And they think I'm brainwashed, which is like just hilarious. But yeah, I was talking to both the girls because we're cool. They just can't be friends with me because I think these things, so they're very exclusive. Even though the whole agenda is their words is about diversity, inclusion, and equality, all that bullshit. But then the people that are involved in it, they hate inclusion. They hate diversity. They don't want equality. They only want their views to be what's right, considered right. Yeah, Wisconsin's cool. It is. I like where I'm at. It's called the Driftless region. So like there's lots of hills and valleys and whatnot, supposedly from, the glacier period. And like, I don't know if I buy it. I don't know if that's actually how this area came into being. I think there's another story out there possibly that could be more accurate. Because like it's mainstream now that everybody knows the Driftless region was created, like millions of years ago, or I don't know, tens of thousands of years ago, allegedly, when the miles high ice caps were grinding across the surface, and supposedly, allegedly, there was like a bubble or something underneath, right where we're at, and somehow it didn't crush it up and grind it into dust and have flat land like it is everywhere around us. And I'm just like, I heard all that maybe like 5 years ago from Randall Carlson on the Toes podcast, back when I listened to that and thought he was cool before I realized he was gay and completely just subverting men. My friend from SoCal, who was a roommate with me in San Diego, moved to Madison to do grad school and lived there a while. He came back, though. I almost visited, but never went. Well, Madison, I was just there this weekend. I don't go there very much, but I went to Madison to do some indoor rock climbing. And I walked around the city a bit, and it's not good. It's not. In a way, you might have an advantage over some areas are your search for women. Yes. Over some areas, yes. Like either coasts, for sure. Like I'd have no chance there, I don't think. There's other areas in the Midwest, I think I'd have better luck because Wisconsin is kind of going downhill a little bit, at least in some places. But overall, compared to the rest of the country, I've still got a chance here. There are, like, I was talking to these girls, I was saying, like, I might just need to find a good Christian woman. That's going to have to be my go-to, I think. And I've been thinking that, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know why I'm not pursuing that, because I know that's what would be good for me. No big city is good anymore. I wonder if they ever have been any good. Yeah. I was just reading earlier that during the time of World War II, New York City had like the highest population of Jews of any city. The only reason I read that was because I was trying to like work out the numbers a little bit for the number of Jews that died in the Holocaust. Like I was just looking at the numbers that they're given, and I was looking at the Poland numbers, and they're like, oh yeah, just over 3 million Jews lived in Poland at the time of the World War. And by the end of World War II, just over 3 million Jews from Poland had been killed. And I'm like, so every single Jew? My experience has been a lot of cities, even in Bay States, are super gay. And even in Cali, there are spots that aren't gay. Yes, it's true. It really is just the big cities that are gay. Like there's small places in every place of the country, every state that is still like doing good. You just have to get out of the cities. Christians are some of the most brainwashed. Churches have been subverted just as much as women. I fully acknowledge that. So my thing is like, if I go for a good Christian woman, I understand I'll run into some roadblocks there as well, because I'm obviously going to have some things I say that don't align with their family's traditions and beliefs. Like if they say Jesus is God, I'll probably be like, well, and if you believe that, like, that's fine. But, so like my thing is like, I think I'll have a better chance with a good Christian woman versus a subverted woman that's been through brainwashing in those type of ways of like abortion and gay agenda and all that. You'd have a chance. You'll snag one, bro. You're young and look presentable and have a good compass. I bet in under a year you snagged a solid honey. It's minimum 6 trillion, bro. 6 million sounds a little high. Anything less than 6 trillion is hate speech. It's so true. I really want to start doing that. Like, oh, you think 6 million? No, 6 billion. I mean, I love it when Owen does that. It's just hilarious. But yeah, like supposedly 3 million Jews in Poland all got rounded up, almost every single one of them. It's like, how was the German army and Nazis that efficient at rounding up Jews? If there even were that many in Poland, which there probably were, because yes, exactly. A church woman is better than a college woman. And like I've pretty much come to the conclusion that I've got no chance with a college woman. So I probably should try for a church woman. And I know I'll run into roadblocks, but I think I'll have a better chance there. And like what Maxed Out Bear said, I appreciate what you said. And, I'm leaving the door open to hope and possibility that I would find a woman to marry in like next year. But I was just saying the other day that like it's entirely possible it takes me a few years. It takes 3-5 years. It's entirely possible that it doesn't happen soon. And I need to be okay with that, because I'm only looking for one person. I don't need to be in 10 relationships to decide who I want to marry. I just need to find one person that, isn't brainwashed, isn't retarded, accepts me for my thoughts and who I am, and can, want to build a homestead and make a family with me. Like, is that so much to ask for? Yeah. Britannia Times app? Yes, it is good. I am on there. I was just about to make a post in the singles group yesterday, but then it didn't end up happening. I typed out what I wanted to say, though. Don't put a timeline on it. I didn't mean to make it sound literally like 1 year. I just meant you'll find a woman. You know what I mean, hopefully. No rush. Yeah. I know what you mean, I think. Like, yeah. Hopefully. Hey, There's the chance I do find someone soon. There's always a chance. But no rush. Because like I said, I'm only looking for that one woman. And I don't want to rush it. I don't need to settle. I just need to keep doing what I'm doing and trust the process and trust in God that eventually the right woman will appear. You know, what else? What else can I do? So back to the subversion of women. It's more than obvious that women have been the victim of a purposeful agenda to subvert and demoralize them. But they're not actually victims because they've accepted the offer. So this is about like, you know, feminism and everything that goes with that, the gay agenda and everything that goes with that. Like, of course, it's an agenda and it's been directed towards women. You can't really call them victims because they're doing it with open arms and being like, yeah, I align with this. This is great. Let's kill some babies. Or like, yeah, gay people are great. Let's protect them. Nobody cares about mothers. Like they've accepted it 100% and taken it into their hearts and aligned themselves with it, and it's part of their identity. So they're not victims. They're just, you know, they do it themselves. Yes, I can't think of the right words for it, but it's just a tragedy. It's kind of a tragedy. It's population control, depopulation agenda. It's a silent genocide. And it's a tragedy. Way worse than the fucking Holocaust. Like millions and millions and millions of precious Anglo-Saxon white babies could have been born that haven't been. Whereas a few 100,000 dirty Jews got killed. Which is worse? You decide. I know what I think. Silent weapons for quiet wars, yes. Yes, I'm only realizing that now, kind of like I'm seeing some things that like point that out, and like it's dawning on me of like, wow, that really is what's going on. It's a silent war or quiet war, you know, silent weapons. It's like, but it's right in front of your fucking face. Okay, I don't know. Some retard texted me. It was my dad. Okay, onward. So this is what I thought yesterday after writing that other stuff. It started with the fall of men. I'm not sure how it was done, but strong men kept disappearing more and more. And now the idea of a strong man is a thing of the past. With the disappearance of strong men came an abundance of unprotected women, mothers and daughters. Unprotected women means easily corruptible. Jason on Secrets of Saturn did a breakdown of that paper. Oh, is it Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars? Is that a paper? Is that like is Jason, is that the one from Crow and Secrets of Saturn is the offshoot that he's doing? I think I heard about that. Wayne McCroy. I feel like I've heard of him. So it really did all start with men. The disappearance of strong men. And that left women unprotected, and unprotected women are, yeah, from Crow. Yep. I should check out Secrets of Saturn because that sounds cool. Unprotected women are easily corruptible. It's just obvious. That's why we gotta fucking protect our women. Like Big Bear says, like, don't let them go out in public alone. Why would you? Like, why the fuck would you let your wife go to a grocery store alone? Like, that sounds terrible. At the very least, make sure she's with like a group of other women. But like, you still need a man to protect you. You can't do it yourself. To a certain extent. Jason is doing most of his work on Rockfin now, so that means it's free. Yeah. I think you just have to make an account for Rockfin, which I haven't done. But it all falls down to when we lost strong men, when they just started disappearing. And I'm not entirely sure when that was. I had a thought about it earlier today, and I can't seem to recall. You know, the wars probably had something to do with it. God, there was something where I was like, oh yeah, that's probably one of the starting points of when we started losing strong men. I can't remember what it was. Whatever. Okay, so I also wanted to spew some rambling about something I thought this morning when Owen posted that post about Rockfin is $10 a month. Huh. He puts his stuff up as I get it, premium. So Owen put up a post this morning about Ali Alexander. I think that's his name. That guy that got caught messaging teenage boys and trying to get pictures and, just straight up pedophile. And so he's a confirmed pedophile. And he's confirmed because he apologized for what he did. Even though in the article it's like allegedly, or like, he's being accused of it. But like, if you're being accused of being a pedophile and you apologize for something you've done, that's just you confirming that you're a pedophile. And my thought was like, are you fucking kidding me? We're just accepting apologies from pedophiles now. That's it. Like, that's it? An apology? That's all we need now? A confirmed pedophile is just apologizing? Like, what? What? I don't get that at all. So, like Owen said recently, like, now is not the time for vigilante justice because that's against the law. We shouldn't be breaking the law and take it into our own hands. Who's we? Are you saying, like, when I said maybe apologize off the roof? Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm not accepting an apology. Like, that's not good enough for me, but apparently that's all that's needed to stay in the public circle and have people be okay with you. Like, off with their fucking heads. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought you meant. And like, neither do I. So it's complete bullshit. I don't understand how that is accepted whatsoever by anybody. And it's millstones and boats. Like, we're obviously getting into some dark shit here because we're pretty much talking about the acceptance of pedophilia. Not by us, obviously. Like, we want heads to roll. I think that for the three of us that are here, that's what we all want. Oh, there might be somebody on YouTube too. They're not saying anything though. They're just a silent watcher. But we all want heads to roll, or ropes and millstones and boats, whatever it may be. But it appears that in the mainstream, or at least, the media's narrative of mainstream, they just go along with it. Oh, he apologized for being a pedophilia. Oh, that's okay. I want to know why the blind eye from law enforcement. Where the fuck are they? A vigilante trinity here. But like, when do you when is it called for to have vigilante justice? It's getting warm here. I don't need my hat. When? Because like Owen was saying, now's not the time. We shouldn't do vigilante justice right now because, it's against the law. And we shouldn't take the law into our own hands when we don't have, only in Minecraft. Yeah, when we're playing video games, we can feel like the most badass people. But then in real life, we're just doing nothing. That's what a lot of people are doing. That's what video games does to people. Like, it just makes you think you're a badass, and then in life you're just some fat fuck squirting and eating Doritos and drinking Mountain Dew. Like, come on, man. So yes, like Billingtano said, where the fuck are they? Where's the law enforcement? Batman was a vigilante, but also made him a gamma. Kind of, sort of, yeah. So I guess that's what I meant when I said we are accepting it. I'm not saying we, but I'm saying we as in law enforcement and people that are supposed to like crack down on this shit. Like, are we actually accepting an apology for pedophilia and letting it slide? And not, like, are there going to be no repercussions for it? Because if that's what's going to happen, if that's how this scenario continues and nothing happens to this alley guy, we're getting all that much closer to a reasonable time for vigilante justice. And I think possibly when that is called for is, when it's not against the law. So is that martial law? Like, is that what it's called? Big Bear did a great breakdown of Batman a couple years ago. Definitely worth a watch. Great points were made. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one. I started watching Big Bear like pretty much 1 year ago. And, I've caught like every stream since then. And, he's the funniest guy alive. I spent time in countries where locals handled shit, and sometimes I wondered if they killed an innocent person. It's all quite tricky, no argument there, and I am a fan of Sharia adjacent laws. What's up, Ronan? How's it going? You kind of joined us at a not the most fun time, but we're talking about that post Big Bear put up about Ali Alexander and apologizing for being a pedophile, and we're asking, where the fuck are the law enforcement? Where the fuck is the people that are supposed to handle this shit and, either put him behind bars or chop off his head? Like, where are the repercussions for being a pedophile these days? Because there aren't any. Of course, we know that everybody in the government, more or less, is a pedophile. We know that everybody in power, more or less, is a pedophile. And we also know that COVID was brought in to distract us from that fact and not do anything about the pedophile situation in governments all over the world. Spirit of Ronin has entered the medieval chat. Yeah, Maxed Out Bear made a joke before you got in here, Ronan, that we were a trinity of vigilantes. But it was just a joke because we're only vigilantes in video games. Headshots, as I told Porthead shots. Oh, Port Bear. Headshots. So, we've seen this coming for a while, right? Pedophilia acceptance. It's the next wave of the agenda. It just is. And that's where we're headed. And we can't really do anything to stop it. Sure, we can play the vigilante and then we'll probably turn into a gamma like Batman, like Bill and Kana said. So, that's not the way to go currently because it's against the law. And as much as we'd love to, take them out, we can't. It's not our place. And like Maxed Out Bear said, it gets tricky when people take things into their own hands. You wonder if some innocent lives get taken out if people don't inform themselves correctly and jump to conclusions. That certainly can happen, and we don't want that. But with the case where public executions wouldn't be half bad, let's bring the guillotine back off with their heads. Just me? Maybe? No. The guillotine is way actually I remember thinking about the guillotine. It's way too detached from the killing. No. We need an executioner. No, we need a fucking executioner with a big sword or a big axe, and we need to put people's necks on a tree stump and let them swing away. That's the way to go, in my opinion. You see the video of the dude in Russia who flayed the pedo alive? Holy shit. That sounds awesome. Pretty wild stuff. Now that is some vigilante justice. Heads get way too detached by guillotine. But, there's just a level of detachment with the guillotine where it's like the machine, you can think that the machine is doing the killing versus the people. Where we don't want that. We want to know that we're the ones doing the killing. And in my opinion, it's out of love. 100%. If you choose to take out a pedophile, a known pedophile who has apologized for being a pedophile, it's out of love. He had the pedo tied up in a spread eagle, yes, up in a tree, and just killed the dude. Fucking based. What a legend. And there's a video of it? Where the fuck do you find this video? I mean, it sounds gruesome as shit. Like, I don't know if I actually want to see the video, but at the same time, I kind of want to see the video. Research. Yeah, we'll call it research purposes. Yes, it is a crime of passion. Passion for the innocent. Deep web, understandable. That sounds about right. Don't seek it. I probably won't, even though it is tempting. It is out of love. And people that don't understand that, I don't get. Like, I've tried to explain that to a couple people about how you can kill someone out of love. And they're like, no, violence is bad. Violence is never love. And, I tried to explain it to them in the way we're talking about. Like, if a known pedophile has done something to a child, I do believe it is out of love to chop the head off that person. And it's not just love for the child, like for the innocent being that got taken advantage of. It's also out of love for the person that took advantage of the child. And it's also out of love for everybody and the world as a whole. It is 100% out of love, in my opinion. I killed a huge sandwich yesterday out of love. Hilarious. Yeah. I killed a huge bowl of oatmeal this morning out of love. But, like, it was heavenly. The holy month of Ramadan ends soon. Today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So 3 more days. I started observing it right when Big Bear mentioned it, like right away. Like, I just tuned into the live stream one day randomly, and he's like, first thing I hear is talking about Ramadan. And I was like, huh, what is that? Let me look that up. And it's like, oh, that's what the Muslims do. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that sounds cool. Kind of want to try that. How to kill this catfish, potatoes, and corn out of love. Hell yeah, that sounds pretty nice. These issues are very serious, and very challenging because of the nature of much of society around us. Like, would I want martial law, etc., in the hands of woke pronoun people? Well, that's the thing. Woke pronoun people probably wouldn't do that much with martial law. Right? Because, like, they don't like guns. They don't like violence. They want to, quote unquote, love everybody, but their love is not, like the love we're talking about where we're killing a pedophile out of love is like, that's real, in my opinion. Their love would not be that. They want to let them go on living and keep doing whatever they want to do and, like, never take matters into their own hands. They're gonna kill people with dildos and vibrators. Fuck. I mean, they're already doing that. Maybe martial law was a bad choice of words. They would like to outsource the exacting of their own grudges. I did think of that too. Straight man death by dildo. Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like, they're taking us out. Yeah, I did think that, Maxwell Bear. Like, when it gets to that, the woke pronoun people, they're not going to take matters into their own hands, of course. Like, they're fucking cucks. But they will want to outsource the exacting of their own grudges. It's a good way of putting it. They're going to call for the government and the military, and they'll be like, oh, they're hurting me. And like, kill them. They're the bad man. Kill them. You know? And I think it's much more likely that innocent people die by those means than vigilante justice, like we were talking about before. Like, yes, it's quite possible that with vigilante justice, you could go after the wrong person or an innocent person at some point. But if we get to the point where we do have martial law, or maybe not martial law, but just something where people are starting to take matters into their own hands, then the pronoun people, they're going to outsource their power to the military or the people that will kill people, and they'll whoever they point to, those people that kill people will, go along with it because that's what they're told to do, and that's their job. So what the pronoun people will point, be like, oh, bad man, go, kill him. And like that bad man is just, he probably said nigger a couple times. He probably said, oh, 6 million sounds a little high. Like, moon landing. I don't know if Freemasons played golf up there. Or like, yeah. Just be like, oh yeah, I don't see a curve. And then like, bad man, shoot him. Death by squirting. Yeah. Terrible way to go. People just are squirting themselves to death. It's true. Lots of retards, though, so it's not our problem. Like, if you choose to squirt yourself to death, like, you deserve it. You're not a victim. We were also talking about the movie Idiocracy earlier, Spirit of a Ronin. I don't know if you've ever seen that. I haven't, but it sounds pretty telling of the times we're in, because the retards, the people living off welfare, the people in the slums, they're having the most babies right now because they're incentivized to. They get more money. Skeet. And yeah, I haven't seen it. I'm going to need to check it out. And, the smart people, the couple that is, high class and has good brains, they don't have any babies. The sweat dropped down my balls. Oh, still holds up more or less. Yeah. It sounds like it. It does. It sounds like it holds up. And it's a tragedy. They live. Yeah, I've seen posts about that one as well, where like the guy puts on the glasses and like sees things for what they are. I haven't seen it, but I've seen posts about it. Hello, Port Bear. Welcome to the what are we calling this? The vigilante. Fuck, why am I so retarded? I can't think of the word for like the group of 5 people. Queers. What's up, you queers? I don't know if I have anything more to say from my notebook. We talked about vigilante justice for taking out pedophiles. We talked about the subversion of women, and They Live is great. I hadn't seen it and got the DVD on Amazon. Worth it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to watch that. That's the word for 5 people. Oh yes, welcome to the Queer chat. The group of queers. That's great. That's fucking great. I love it. Yeah, you guys are cool. I bought a ukulele not that long ago, and I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with it, but I just like to play chords. It was a good booster against the gay. It was a good booster against the gay. Good to see you maxed out, Bear. Early morning belly laughs are required for a great day. It is, yeah. I'm gonna head out probably, so if I disappear, God bless all y'all and have a lovely morning. Yes, it was good to see you, Maxed Out Bear. Have a great day. It is a nice ukulele. Thank you. Like, I saw this in the shop and I was like, that's the one I want. Like, it looks like a triangle and all, and it's just like, it's dope. Like, it was the only one like it, and I was like, that's the one I want. So I just play different sequences of the 4 strings. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with it. Who said they play guitar? Was that Billingtano? Yeah. See, guitar would be cool, but I'm just too retarded for that. So I just bought a little piece of shit, and I was like, oh, I can play with that. I can fuck around. Port Bear plays piano. Okay, way to flex on us. It would be pretty dope to play piano. I'm jealous. How long have you been doing it for? Like, you can poke. Yeah. 6 strings for the yeah. Yeah, it reminds you of what's his name? I know what you're talking about. I played The Witcher 3, A bard, yes. It is a bard. It would be fun to be a bard, I know Big Bear's the bard, but just like going around stringing your instrument and like telling stories, like, making fables and just ladling some gravy. Like, it sounds so great. Just like making good tunes and I did watch The Witcher show as well. I got it when my first daughter was born 2 years ago. Try to get ahead of her so I can teach her. I played the saxophone 6 years. Okay. Sounds a little gay, but, we'll allow it. The saxophone, I don't know. If you can, like, I don't know. I just know there's a lot of hip thrusting that goes on with that. And, I don't know if I'm into it. I forgot what I was going to say. God damn it. Yeah, Henry Cavill did really good as The Witcher. And I know apparently, for the next 4th season, he's not going to be Clinton played the sax gay as fuck. Exactly. I hurt my hip, so I had to of course you hurt your hip. You were thrusting so hard playing it. You were like, I don't know. Okay, 5 seconds. Peace, y'all. It was great talking. Much love. Okay. Don't be a bitch.